Hello to all the sketchbook enthusiasts out there. I've been scheming to fill up my sketchbooks for about 2 years now, and in this video, I share 6 fun, beginner-friendly ways to fill your sketchbook. I hope some of the examples that I show will inspire you to jump into your sketchbook and start creating. The first way to fill up your sketchbook is to relive a travel memory. I love taking photos and videos during trips, and when I use my own references, it's like I'm immersed in the experience again with all the sights and sounds and smells coming back to me. In this footage from a trip to Nashville, Tennessee, I included some of my video clips to show the inspiration for the illustrations. Nashville was so chaotic and vibrant with the bright lights and the music pouring out from every nook and cranny. There are so many different ways to capture travel memories. Sometimes I've picked a prominent moment from a trip to feature, like beads being thrown to us during Mardi Gras, or this pelican that hung out with us in Mykonos, or this angel statue who came to life on Grafton Street. Other times I've made compilations of the best moments from a certain activity, like these psychedelic sights from a San Francisco love tour, or these charming views from Old San Juan, or these from the chaotic Fez Medina. I've tried mixing some journaling with images, as I did here with my trip through northern Spain. I like putting contrasting elements in a spread, like this illustration of Thomas Jefferson's mansion next to a slave cabin at Monticello, or mixing up long views with close-ups, like in this rainforest illustration. I tried capturing the experience of searching for egg coffee in Hanoi in sort of a graphic novel style. Or how about a before and after of an experience like this full Irish breakfast? I love when I can put a creative twist on something, like putting Alcatraz's island behind bars. I've even written a poem inspired by a travel experience and threw that right on the page, along with the elephant. Next up, master studies. When I've tried to reproduce some work of master artists, I've learned so much more about the artwork than if I just look at it or read about it. Here, I focused in on one small part of Picasso's massive painting, Guernica. I usually use a lot of vivid colors, and it was so different for me to use black, white, and gray, and these strange distorted shapes that added up to the chaos of war. I got to see the painting in person in Madrid last summer, and I felt such an intense personal connection to it after having done this study. In my very first sketchbook, I studied Andrew Wyeth's Christina's World with a focus on shape and composition, and played around with using those elements in different thumbnails. I visited a local museum, the Wadsworth Atheneum, a couple of times with my sketchbook. I marveled at the dark tones in a Caravaggio painting, and at the colorful layers of detail in a Kehinde Wiley portrait. Fan art! We're all fans of something, right? Whether a new movie, TV show, or song gets you excited, dive on in and celebrate your fandom. Here, I'm creating an album cover inspired by the old band song Whispering Pines, and I combined a portrait of the singer Richard Manuel with some pine trees lost in the fog. It's such a beautiful song, one of my favorites. My current obsession is the video game and TV show The Last of Us, which has inspired sketchbook pages as well as some mask creation and clicker cosplay. A few other examples: this cute pop-up of Pickle Rick from the show Rick and Morty, these tributes to Led Zeppelin albums, Number 4, and physical graffiti, or this reaching of arms toward Bjork in the heartbreaking movie Dancer in the Dark. Who could forget Wednesday's Dance on Netflix? And who doesn't love yoga with Adrian? Or her dog Benji? My favorite sports hero is Rafa Nadal. I love the Cream song White Room, and I focused in here on the lyric Yellow tigers crouch in jungles in her dark eyes. I love the blues shack scene in Elvis. And if you need more ideas, there's always The Last of Us or The Last of Us. The next way to fill your sketchbook, make gel plate prints. I really only scratched the surface of using a gel plate, but I have loved the way I can easily blend colors and get a variety of textures by making gel plate prints. For this sketchbooking mermaid illustration, I made all the components separately as gel plate prints before collaging them all together. I really liked giving color and texture to different little pieces of coral. I've also tried making simple stencils to use with the gel plate, as well as using some leaves and other natural objects on the gel plate to make some interesting patterns. The next idea is to let stickers inspire. I grabbed random stickers from a pile until they sparked an idea for an illustration. So a sofa, a pug, and a storm cloud. What illustration should I make based on those 3 prompts? The thing I most liked about this way to fill my sketchbook is that the 3 different stickers forced a new idea when I had to brainstorm how they could all tie together into one story, and I came up with a pug stuck inside on a sofa, scared and sad that he had to miss his walk during a thunderstorm. Not so elaborate, really, but already the illustration is much more fleshed out than if I just sat down and wanted to draw a pug. I did a variation on this idea a few times using a 4-part prompt generator where I chose a character, a sidekick, an environment, and a prop. I think it would be fun to try a similar exercise using a random word generator. Another idea that I really had a blast with was to make a flip book of what's called an exquisite corpse. I designed 6 characters for my flipbook, and each character gets divided up into its head, its torso, and its legs, and then you can mix and match all the different parts to create 216 different creatures. I've also seen the Exquisite quirks done as a game, with one person drawing a head and then folding the paper so that just the bottom of the neck shows. The next person draws the torso and folds the paper so that just the top of the legs show, and then the last person draws the legs. Open the paper up to reveal the new character. Finally, a bonus way to fill your sketchbook. Make a zine or a small handmade magazine. I love the style that I show here that makes 8 pages from one piece of paper. I hope you got inspired for some different ways to fill your sketchbook. Let me know how it goes. Thanks so much for watching. I really appreciate it. Now, take off and get creating.